Hello, welcome to Game On, the show.
Spadang!
Oh, what's that? That's...
Huh?
What's the inflatable spadang thing?
Well, you know, these intros are always so wordy. I thought I'd try a bit of slapstick.
Don't ever try that again. Hello, welcome to Game On. Coming up...
Spong!
Oh, Spong? No. Coming up this week, mal-coordinated wizards...
I ain't coming back.
Crazy, madcap, zany dancing fun.
And Hail to the Duke.
Not that one, surely.
Must be that one. Can't be Duke Nukem.
Or can it?
We love games with long names here at Game On. Final Fantasy, Crystal Chronicles, The Crystal Bearers.
Star Wars, The Clone Wars, Republic Heroes, the video game.
The Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle-earth 2, Rise of the Witch King.
So it goes without saying, we're still really excited about Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, the game Part 1.
Or, as Johnny has practised so diligently...
I
can't do it.
You'll get there.
Yep, this is the new trailer showing off some more of the game's surprisingly gritty third-person action.
Of course, we've seen the impressive character models before, but this is the first time we've had such an in-depth look at the gameplay.
It's also the first trailer to feature a load of semi-philosophical twaddle from Daniel Radcliffe himself.
The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death.
But does that make any sense?
Well, no, not really. The conflict Daniel posits here really rests on the personification of death, implying that death itself can be killed, which, while doubtless an elegant and poetic construction, doesn't hang together when brought out of the metaphysical realm and treated as a tangible possibility, as Mr. Potter was trying there.
How is the dissertation going?
Quite well.
But, yeah. Anyway, with the film not even out yet, EA Brightlight are keen not to give too much away about the game before release, but we did get to catch up with producer Darren Potter
and his slightly unfortunate surname
to check in on the title and whether they felt any pressure going into the project.
In some ways we're lucky because we're all quite Harry Potter geeks anyway. Everyone on the team has read all the books, and we spend a lot of time looking at every single detail in the movies and the books, and also the fiction that J.K. Rowling's written for us, where if we have a question. Studio-wise, we're very lucky. Warner Brothers, their film lot's only an hour away from us, and whenever they use Palmer Studios, that's also only an hour away. So I'm lucky enough to be able to go to the sets, take my camera, and take pictures of every single thing that you can see in the movie. So down to the smallest detail, I'll take pictures of carpets or brickwork, just so we can recreate everything in the smallest detail. That
attention to detail and unprecedented access really shows through, with the game looking very true to the cinematic universe.
It has to be said, though, the combat certainly seems intense, but with the amount of people getting knocked over by spells, it looks more like an episode of You've Been Framed than a desperate struggle to prevail over evil.
There can't be that many, surely.
Let's have a look. 1,
2,
3,
4, that was a good one.
5,
6.
6 pratfalls.
What
was that?
It was a count from Sesame Street.
Strange kind of bird.
6 platforms.
Anyway, there you have it. Is out at the end of November, when you'll be able to make grown men with sticks fall down to your heart's content.
The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death.
Next up, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6...
What are you doing?
I'm getting some energy in the room. We're going to need it for this next thing. Come on, Ant.
Right about now, the funk's so rough.
Yep, despite a load of square critics giving it rubbish reviews, Just Dance was the sleeper hit of last year, clinging on to the top spot of the games charts like Bryan Adams covered in Velcro.
Right about now, the funk's so
Understandably then, Just Dance 2 is incredibly similar to the first game, just expanded and tweaked while keeping the same core experience.
Well, if it ain't broke...
Yes?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's an expression.
Never heard of it.
Really? Yeah, what you get with Just Dance 2 is more of the same.
More moves.
More tracks.
More sweat.
More tears.
More jubilation.
More humiliation.
New tracks include TikTok by Kesha.
Didn't you interview her once?
Yeah, she was a little bit weird.
She was weird.
What'd you have for breakfast?
I ate a croissant with stuff on it.
It's also got some unlikely selections like 1920s Charleston and indie favourites Vampire Weekend.
But don't worry, cheese fans, crowd-pleasing floor fillers like It's Raining Men and YMCA are also painfully present.
So, is it any good? Well, if you're a girl and you want to dance and get a bit of a workout, I cannot see you not liking this game.
Bit sexist.
I honestly don't think that's sexist. There are tracks specifically put in that boys will like, and there will of course be exceptions to the rule, but generally this caters for a specific market and it does what it does very well. The graphics focus on bright colours, stylised visuals and tongue-in-cheek humour, which works well with the Wii's limited graphical capability and the tone of the game. The gameplay is solid and addictive, well thought out, creative and upbeat routines get you flailing your arms in no time. The only problem being the focus on where the Wii remote is means your right hand ends up getting much more exercise than the rest of you, and the scoring doesn't necessarily reward the best dancer.
Did you beat your girlfriend?
On the game, yes I did.
But she's a much better dancer.
She is, yes.
So okay, this does kind of cry out for Connect or even Move, but on the Wii, where this kind of energy is well established, it does a pretty good job. There are various multiplayer modes, all variations on a theme with battles, duets and stuff. They're fine and it's always going to be more fun to play with more people, but we think they could be a bit more inventive with the multiplayer. It's all a bit obvious and basic, and surprisingly hard to choose the song you want.
But hey, for what it is, Just Dance 2 is upbeat, playable, family fun. The problems with controls and scoring are balanced by well-produced visuals and an excellent soundtrack catering to its dance-hungry, energetic audience, even throwing in the odd curveball.
Still not sure how much Vampire Weekend fans will be attracted to the game, but hey, maybe Just Dance fans will be introduced to Vampire Weekend, so surely that's no bad thing. And if they don't like it, there's always It's Raining Men.
Hallelujah. We're used to hearing about mythological beings that never really appear here at Game On. The Loch Ness Monster.
The Sasquatch.
Or a girlfriend Johnny manages to hang on to for more than 2 months.
But one thing we certainly didn't expect to have emerged this year was Duke Nukem Forever.
Yep, after a full decade of waiting for Duke Nukem Forever, it was almost too much to believe when it showed up unannounced at PAX, the Penny Arcade Expo this year.
Even by the second day of the expo, people couldn't believe the game actually existed, something they decided to exploit, as Gearbox Vice President Steve Gibson told me.
At PAX, when we unveiled it, we actually, the opening hour of the second day, after we showed it to a bunch of gamers, they have like this press-only thing, right? So the first group of press comes in, and we actually, one of the creative guys happened to be there, and he decided to fire up a Rickroll video as people like walked in, and Randy gave a speech, and then he got a Rickroll video, and the response was, seriously, they looked at him, and you probably have to censor this with a beep. It was like.
Right, we did have to censor that.
Didn't use a beat though, did we? Still, it illustrates a good point. This game has been on such a hard and lengthy road, people are almost afraid to believe it exists, and the time for people to be toying with us is long, long past.
Well, determined to be toyed with no longer, I recently got a hands-on preview with Duke Nukem Forever, playing 2 separate sections of the game.
You're kidding?
No, I actually got my hands on it.
And?
Well, I'd show you, but there's no footage.
You're kidding?
No.
This is a video show. How are we supposed to run anything on Duke Nukem if we've got no footage?
Aha!
You're kidding!
Hail to the king, baby! Okay, so here's the plot. It's 10 years after Duke saved the world from aliens, and since then he's become a global megastar. He's got piles of cash, his own casino, the works. Not to mention access to some beautiful women.
Nice.
But then the aliens come back.
Oh no!
Apparently in peace.
Okay.
But then it turns out they've been stealing Earth's women all along.
Oh, Duke's not gonna like that.
No, indeed. Duke's all like, oh, hells no, and so takes up arms again to save the world single-handed.
Okay, so this sounds great, but is it actually any good?
You know, it really is. From the very start of the demo, where we joined Duke peeing in a urinal, you could tell the game had been crafted by those who know Duke best. The game's packed with references to previous titles and the same outlandish sense of humour. There's no danger of it missing the mark or failing to satisfy long-term fans of the series. Indeed, the real challenge is bringing Duke Nukem into the present day. A world packed with super serious, hyper-realistic shooters, all very different from the world they last let Duke loose in. So far it seems to work. The action is well paced and solid with good scope for carnage, especially with some favourite weapons like the Shrink Ray returning.
Can you seriously pee in a urinal though? I mean,
Yep.
in the game, obviously you can, in real life that's what they're for.
Yep, and that's not all you can do.
Really?
I heard a rumour before this interview started that in the bathroom scene, you can go into a cubicle and get creative with certain substances on the walls.
Very classy way of saying that. Yes, you can throw poop.
Yep, you can throw poop.
That's just lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not acting that out with a sock puppet.
No, probably best. Yeah. So, release date?
Currently, no chance.
No, the way we want to do it is we just want to say, we promise it's coming. And we're proving it. We're putting it in people's hands. The next step we do is we give them the exact date.
Fair enough, Duke. We never thought we'd see you again. We never thought Duke Nukem Forever would see the light of day, but we're now very excited. Thank you for coming back into our lives.
You do realise you're talking to a sock.
That's
my hand.
All we've got. That's it for this week. We're off to dress up as a night elf and fly halfway around the world.
Yeah, good one.
No, really, I'm going to BlizzCon.
Oh.
Watch out for all our updates from California. Expect a cataclysm of cosplay, exclusive interviews, and just general Warcraft.
To whet your appetite, we'll play you out with the brand new opening cinematic from Cataclysm.
More gaming goblins very soon.
Hatred burns through the cavernous deeps. Its wretched kingdoms quake beneath my rage. Will break, and all will burn beneath the shadow of my wings.
Spadang!
What is that? Spadang! Hello, welcome to... I know you're going to do it. See, there's a sense of impending doom. A show that... Oh, spong! I'm just making up grammar.
But don't worry, cheese fans, crowd-pleasing florflalas.
Florflalas?
He's right, we did have to censor that.
Didn't use a beat though, so... Still, it didn't use a beat though, did we? Still, it illustrate...
Yeah, he's right, we did have to censor that.
Didn't we? Oh my gosh.
To that.
Didn't use a beat though, did we? Still, oh my gosh. Still, it illustrates a good point. Boom, done, come on.